I speak to you as one not without empathy. I too have stood in the battle and stared into the unknown for the very sword that took my eye, took from me my manhood as well. But be at peace. This is no warfare you embark upon. This is only the life that a great dreamer could imagine. Or at least it can be, if you so choose to embrace it.
Think not I heard your whispered orchestrations that night, and how you drew even me into your schemes.
In these troubled times, it is easy to name any man traitor. I even recall a certain campaign in Ionia under King Darius, where someone allowed the defeated Greeks to keep their own form of government, their democracy, instead of placing the protocol of the empire in control, favoring democracy, the very doctrine to which all Persia is opposed.
I followed orders.
Come. We trouble ourselves with foolish things. The king asked me to speak, and I did. I obeyed, as you obeyed. Come.
With suspicion and mistrust creeping into palace halls, Haman the Agagite found the opportunity he had been waiting for. He began to strike out more openly at the Jews living in the outlying land, painting them as the true Greek sympathizers, setting the stage for his ultimate act of vengeance.
I am curious to whether you frustrate me out of sincerity or to assure that you never chosen queen.
You assume I actually care about being chosen queen.
I am serious.
Serious of what? Finding a real queen? Is that why you subject us to these beauty treatments, these classes?
You do not like our fine instructors?
They simply neglect to teach us some things.
Such as?
Well, seemingly anything to do with actually being queen. The thought well thought, the word well spoken, and the deed well done. As it is said in the great books.
You read?
Many tongues. Before I received your invitation, I was reading of Gilgamesh and the Babylonian. And Utananishtam spoke to Gilgamesh, saying, Gilgamesh, you look worn out and exhausted. What can I do so that you can return to your land? I will tell you a thing that is hidden. There is a plant whose thorns will prick your hand like a rose. If your hands reach this plant, you will become a young man again.
Gilgamesh, in the original. I read translation, never the original.
You read?
There are few pleasures left to one such as I.
You offer us Hagai's position, my lord? If we grant you the privilege of picking a queen?
Miscath of Persepolis.
Miscath? Of unusual beauty. But up here, empty as a beggar's bowl.
Consider her family.
Daughter of a rug merchant?
Will they not also shower you with wealth?
While there were certainly worse ways for the candidates to have spent their days than myrrh baths and beauty treatments, none of the rumors of riches and glory stirred more excitement than the thought of gaining entry to the royal treasury itself.
Whatever you choose for your one night with the king will be yours for the keep. Candidates, choose wisely. You stunned, not impressed.
It matters not what impresses me. How is one to choose when they know not what impresses the king? Will you teach me?
I will do far more than that. Come. A recent acquisition, one I believe the king will find most pleasing. Esther Asusa. Come. Seat yourself on the stool and read the scroll. It is the Chronicles of the King, the Royal Diary. Through these doors, you no longer a candidate. You are a servant. Remember the protocol. To approach uninvited is the...
I read for the king? Alone? Like this? Daily entry 23. Egyptian wheat reserves were reported at half the normal levels due to a recent drought. Admiral Extes was honored for serving 20 years in the royal fleet. After a lengthy speech, he promptly keeled over and died. 25. 3 herd of sheep were stolen from Dirham al-Mira, satrap of Medea. He requests that the crown send out the proper authority. And so Jacob, also a shepherd by trade, was sent off into the far off land, where he came across the fair Rachel tending her father's sheep. He was smitten and went and rolled the stone from the well and watered her flock for her. Then Jacob kissed Rachel. He lifted up his voice and wept with joy When Laban, Rachel's father, heard of this,